beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning into this YouTube channel. Please, if you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe, and also let us interact in the comment section so that we can know your thoughts and you can give us what you think concerning what you are going to discuss today. So adoption is what I'm talking about, and today I'm going to tackle some of the myths and misconceptions about adoption in Kenya. So there are a lot of myths surrounding adoption, and if I can take you back literally just to explain a little bit, adoption is simply transferring parental rights to the adoptive parent, whereby the adoptive parent has the full responsibility, full right, just as a birth parent who is staying with the child. So it means that the rights of the birth parents is taken away, then given to the adoptive parent. It's a legal process and it requires legal chain. So if you want to know more about the legal process or how it happens, there's a video that I did first concerning the adoption and who can adopt, and also I'll be doing more of this video. So if there's any topic that you want me to tackle concerning adoption, just leave it in the comment section and I will handle it. But today, let's check the myths and conception about adoption in Kenya. So the first myth that I hear all the time is adopted babies are bought. This is interesting. How can you buy a person? I know there's the black market where people buy children. Like there's a BBC, there was a story that was highlighted how people go through back door to buy babies. That's illegal. That's a different thing. Adoption is a legal process where you don't go and pay hundreds of thousands to bring this baby home. No, it is a legal process because there are children who are freed for adoption. Not all children are free for adoption. So only children that are legally free for adoption are the ones that can be adopted. And most of the time, the money that you pay when you begin the process, it is not even more than 20,000 Kenyan shillings. It is money for just processing the forms and also for home visitation, because there are social workers and counselors who will be handling your case. So sometimes they will need to visit you at home, do home visits. Then after the baby is placed, they also come and check the baby. So this money that you pay is facilitating their transport and any other operational cost. And it is not much. It is not more than 20,000. It ranges from 12,000 to 19,000. And it is money that you can pay in installments. So it is not a illegal process where you go and buy a baby. No. Adopted babies are not bought. There is when you start the court, you may need the help of a lawyer, and all lawyers charge differently. So some lawyers will charge you 30,000, some 50, some 100, some 200, some 500, some 1 million. So it depends on the lawyer that you are using. And also you can do self-representation where you don't even need a lawyer. You represent yourself in court. Adoption courts are very friendly, by the way. The second myth that you are going to talk about is adopted children are rejected by blood. This one I've heard from some friends who are close to me, and also there are also some people that I've interacted with online, and they also say that, okay, it is true, there is something called rejection, but also we have blessings. So once you have this child and this child is yours, the same way the child that you give birth to, there may be some generational curses or some things that are in the family lineage. But how do we always get rid of this? We dedicate these children to God so that we cut the link between all those generational things and the future of this child. So if you grew up in church like me, you take a baby to church, you dedicate the baby to God, you pray to the baby, and once you cut that link, this baby will just be like any other babies. So that one is also a myth. Another myth that people always assume concerning adopted children is adopted children are bad, they are stubborn, and they rebel. You who is watching this video, how many of you rebelled? Even your siblings, how many of your siblings rebelled? They were not even adopted. They were biological children, but they were stubborn, they rebelled, they were tough-headed. So children are different. A child is a child. So not all of them will be stubborn, not all of them will be rebellious. Just like your biological children, these children are normal. They undergo through the same challenges, the same development, the same tantrums, the same mood swings. So we should not treat them differently when they are also undergoing adolescence. So now you start saying because of they are adopted. No, they are just like our children. Another myth that I always hear is adoption is for the rich. This one is so common. No, it is not for the rich. Actually, in Kenya, adoption is very, very cheap. It is not costly, because the money that you'll be paying is just the money that is taking care of the operational cost, the social worker when they are coming to do the home visits, and it is less than 10,000 in most adoption agencies. So you can't compare. It's less than 20,000 in most adoption agencies. It ranges between 12 to around 19,000. So you can't compare that to amount of money you will be using to raise this child. So the process of adoption actually is not expensive. If you consider having a lawyer, then you will add the legal fees to that. But now that legal fees is going to the lawyer. It is not going to the agency. And also, even when you are expecting a biological child, before you carry this child home and you bring him home, you will be going to clinics, you may get sick, you get treated, those things and preparation, blah, blah, blah. You will still be spending even more money than this one you are using to process adoption. So it is more or less the same. We can't say it is too costly. Then what I always hear a lot that people always say is, adopted children will go back to their parents and leave you. This is also a myth. I know most adopted children at some point, they may want to know their identity. They may struggle with identity because they want to know where they come from. So it is just important that as you are raising this child, you let them know about them. You don't hide it. Don't put it as if it is something that is not supposed to be talked about. No, because that is part of who they are. It has a developmental need, and it is something that they need to be told. So it is not a must that they will go look for their birth parents and go and leave you there. No. And also some children, they were freed for adoption because they were abandoned. So their roots are not known. Then there are children who are given up by their parents for adoption through mother offer. So maybe as they dig into their roots, maybe the family may not be interested so much in having a relationship with them, and mind you, at this point maybe the child is old, almost a teenager, almost probably an adult, and the family, they find the birth family, but the birth family are not interested in being part of their life. Remember, as the parent who has raised this child, you still need to be there for this child, for emotional support, for psychological support, and just to provide that emotional meaning. How do I put it? You just be there for this child when you need a shoulder to cry on. You need to work with the child, so they'll still need you. So that is also not true. Then another myth that they always say is adoption is for barren people or people who are not able to have children of their own. This is just a myth. Adoption is for everyone who is able to take care. Not everyone, it is for anybody who is able to take care of a child, to love that child, and to raise a child. So you can have adopted child through just to expand your family. Maybe you already have biological children, but you feel there's room for an extra child that you can take care of and educate. And maybe you've tried to conceive, but you can't, and you feel that God is calling you to enlarge your family through adoption, and maybe by some medical conditions you're not able to have children of your own, so you need to open your door for children through adoption. And maybe you are taking care of your relatives. Maybe you have some relative that passed away and you've been taking care of their children, and now you want to be their legal parents, so you are doing something called kinship adoption. So it is not just for people who are not able to have children of their own, but it is for everybody. So those are some of the myths that I've had. If there's any myth that you've had about adoption, just leave it in the comment section and we can interact more. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and have a good day. Bye.